Taiwo, how do you
You know, I,
advise your clients about being age appropriate?
the thing is, I ask my clients, I say to them, how do they want people to perceive them when they go out? How do they want to stand out differently, you know, for people? How do they want people to, respect them when they dress? It's all about respect and being perceived appropriately. You don't want to wear, you don't want to be in your 40s and 50s and you're wearing a very tight, slim fit pants, you know, which is sometimes it really depends on your body shape, but sometimes it's not even appropriate, you know. And so what we do is, when we get made to measure clothes for our clients, we make sure that it's appropriate for them in terms of the style, the fitting, because most of my clients are business clients, are business people that go out there. And so I make sure that they're also respected. And more importantly, they stand out from the crowd in a very, very respectful way.
But in the age of Instagram, what's respectful these days? I mean,
I
uh,
mean, the thing about Instagram is people have their own. You see, when we talk about age, sometimes I say to myself, does age have anything to do with dressing? Sometimes it's how you
yes.
perceive. No, it does. But what I'm trying to say is, the question is, how do you want to be perceived by people when they see you? Do you want to be perceived as someone in your 20s or someone in your 30s or someone in your 50s that's just trying to look younger? So my thing is, when I have my clients with me, I say to them, you know what, this is your age. How do you want the crowd to see you? And so
But
my job is to make sure that I help them be more respectable. They should be perceived in a very respectable way,
what type?
where everyone sees.
The problem is most of people don't know how to dress properly. They just follow a certain type of fashion in a street. Okay, I see this guy dressing like this, I like this, and I want this. But they
Exactly.
don't think about, okay, maybe he won't suit me at all, or maybe he's not appropriate. They don't think that way at all, Taiwo. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Yes, but
exactly.
that's what I'm saying the same thing. The thing about Instagram, when you talk about Instagram, Instagram is full of different people who watch influencers, and they believe that this is what suits me, this is what will suit me. And that's why it's advisable, if you're not sure, you need to come to the professional people, stylists like us,
Yeah.
to help them, because it's not everything you see on Instagram. It's not what suits Mr. A will suit Mr. C. No, and I think now in the age of Instagram, there's a lot, just thousands of brands trying to market their products and using a lot of influencers. Yes, influencers, they do, market brands on behalf of, these brands, but that's not the point. The point is, are you dressing appropriately? And that's why, for me, you come to us and we help you with that.
Exactly. And that's why I have a problem with even the term influencer, because I don't even know
Anyway,
what
to be honest,
what it means. I don't
But we're
even
to be
know.
old.
honest,
We're three old men for influencers.
To,
I
to,
mean, you got to be in your
to be
20s.
fair, so
you know what? Can I be honest? And I said it before, that today's so-called influencers on Instagram, they don't influence me, because I'm in this business. I've been in this business for a while, and I just feel that it's all about marketing, but they don't even know, they can't even give you the story behind the brand they're marketing.
But they don't
yeah,
So
care.
how could, because they
yeah,
don't care.
absolutely, they
So
don't care.
how could they be influencers? Um,
Yeah,
so the social media hype, it's big, and it's a huge industry where people go into, but at the same time, are we doing the right thing? That's the question as well.
Well, I mean, we can go, and that's a whole nother podcast
Yeah,
actually.
that's
But
a question.
a lot of brands are influenced by influencers on Instagram, for example. And people are, I mean, there's a certain French brand that is now very heavily influenced by influencers, and some of the stuff they're putting out is quite vulgar. Actually, it's quite horrible. But a
Yeah,
lot of older people are
yeah,
buying it, and you look at them and I go,
yeah, yeah,
maybe we need to sit down and have a talk with you about something. But yeah, okay. You
yeah.
know, yeah. But that's what I mean. But how do you tell people how to dress appropriately? Do you tell them to wear certain cuts of jeans, for example?
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's why when we talk about fabrics and style, etc., I have to tell them exactly where I want to go with them, where exactly I want them to look like,
Mhm.
and why, because they need to understand the process. Because if they go to any other stores and they want to buy something ridiculous, but because it's expensive, the sales assistant gonna say, "Oh yeah, it's what you wear," and that's it. You're gonna buy it, you're gonna get this commission, it's done. But for my part, and because I'm doing made to measure, it's a totally opposite. I want you to be dressed well. I want you to be dressed with things that suit you extremely well. And that's it. That's all it is all about. So the rest, and of course, you have to feel comfortable. You have to feel you. You have to feel yourself, because that's why fashion in a way is important, because it's just an extension of yourself when you go out, etc. So I'm feel more confident when I dress like nice clothes and a nice suit or nice jacket. I'm feel great, but I can feel great as well when I wear this beautiful T-shirt or a nice pair of sneakers. It just, but you have to know what suits you and what don't.
And what you feel
And
comfortable with.
yes,
Mhm. Final word on that
Absolutely.
one, Taiwo? Give me like a
Well,
real quick.
absolutely. I totally agree with Lionel. You have to be comfortable with whatever you wear, and that's why we're here to help them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is my final question. It's a bit more serious. I saved the best for last. Um, we're three men of color, and I wanted to ask you guys something seriously. What do you guys think of this whole fashion is inclusive, diversity, and they're all looking for a person of color all of a sudden? I guess I'm sounding cynical and a bit world weary, and we could actually have a whole podcast on this subject, which I'm sure we will sooner or later. But what do you guys think of this whole thing? I sometimes I just look at it and go,
yeah,
Um,
I don't put your I don't want you to burn any bridges or anything. I
you,
let it
you,
go.
Breck, the thing about inclusiveness, that term has been used a lot in the last 4 years, and it's good that Black businesses are now slowly being acknowledged. But at the same time, I just feel that the word inclusiveness is being used because people want to be part of by brands, because brands just want to be involved. They just want the world to know that they are just part of that industry, including Black businesses or Black owned businesses or Black people into their brands. I think that that word has been used too often, and they don't even understand the meaning of the word inclusiveness. If you're including a Black business enterprise, a corporation to help, or you're cooperating with them, what do you know so much about this brand? Do you know the history, the story behind? I think that most of these businesses haven't really sat down to understand the history behind these Black businesses.
Or what about just
Um,
Black people in management of the fashion business,
oh,
for
even
example?
Black people in management as well. I think that a lot of the thing is, it's not even people talk about bringing Black people in management, but in the fashion industry, it's still not enough. Some big corporations, big top luxury brands, they still haven't included Black people in their management. We've had
Well,
very few people that have come in and gone, but that's not it. We have professional, well, hardworking people in this industry that need to be part of this industry.
well, I told
And
you what
as
happened to me in Milan when they told me that um, one brand said that they will never hire a black person in management. I was like,
Wow.
yeah, that was years
Wow.
ago. But yeah, I was told that. Yeah, they will hire and nothing against Milan. You guys know I love Milan Fashion Week. Have to put that out there. But yeah, I was told that at a presentation once. This is years ago. But they said they'll
wow,
hire a black secretary or black receptionist and black models, but they will not put a black person in management.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm not surprised that was said.
Mhm.
It's only very few brands. I mean, international brands, established brands that have helped or that has, you know, contributed, socially um, towards Black people in terms of giving scholarships to communities and things like that. But when you talk about people in management, Black people in management, it's still very difficult. They
Yeah.
say, a lot of people saying, okay, you know what? We're including Black people into our businesses, but we're the people in management. So you can count them. It's an issue there, where we're not just include, but they keep using the term inclusiveness. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am tired of that term because they don't understand the meaning of that. If people understand a hardworking gentleman who or a lady who has achieved the same professional program as his white peer, then he should be part of that management as well. Why is it different from a white person? So I think it's a big debate, and it's a
It's
debate
still,
that a long
Yeah.
debate that
Yeah.
we have to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lionel.
It's a big issue in the industry.
Yeah, Lionel, what
Yeah.
do you think? Because you're the manager.
Yeah. I totally agree with Taiwo, but I'm personally still confident because I think even if it is moving not fast enough, it's still moving a little bit. Personally, I had a chance to work for a fantastic company. Always had a job as a management anywhere I went and I used to work for. So, and because of that, and because of people of me who have been put in the face of a different brand, so we have to promote that. We have to tell people, uh, okay, how hard it is, but how possible it is as well. You go out, you have some meetings, you have some events. You have to put your face in there. You have to work out for people behind you who don't have yet this opportunity to to show off, if I can say that. So I don't know how many, to be honest with you, I don't know how many Black people like me are store manager for luxury brand in Mayfair, London. I don't know, you will have a lot, but no matter what, the discussion has to continue. And with you, with Taiwo, with me, with people like us, uh, because 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 the world is moving, and you have the young generation behind us as well, and they want to do things. You can see with climate change, for example. This is the young people, this is the young generation who make the move many years ago. Greta Thunberg, everybody was laughing at her. Look at her today. Look at this movement today. So we can't give up at all. I think it's still hope, and because you will have some people like you like Taiwo, myself, or anyone else, ready to continue to hard work to talk about. I think it's gonna move in a good way, and we can't deny that either. So I prefer to see the positive side instead the negative. The negative, okay, we all know that we're not stupid, but all right. So fair enough, it is what it is. But it won't stop me to do what I have to do.
I agree.
So
I
that's it.
agree with both of you guys actually, and I do, like I said, the negative and the positive. I mean, me, I'm a very outspoken person. Everyone tells me I'm a bit like I'm a can be an elephant or a bull in a china shop. I just
Yeah,
open the door, move, get out of my way. And I'll
yeah,
just deal with it. But this is going to be a topic we're going to revisit very soon, I'm sure.
yeah.
Right?
Definitely, I agree with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's a
Definitely.
yeah. That's a wrap for this Before Tacky podcast. Stay
All
tuned for another
right.
episode. Oh, where can they find you guys on social media?
My social media is style underscore with underscore Taiwo. That's Taiwo.
Lionel?
Mine is simple, is my family name, Awisusi, Ahouissou, I know it's long, 12 letters, but it's my name.
Okay, we're gonna make him a bit more social media friendly on the next episode.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Ciao.
you.